Hey friends, Terry here. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. Welcome if you're new and welcome back if you're not. So glad to have you here. I will warn you ahead of time, guys. Yes, you can tell from the thumbnail, this is my wax empties, but it's a hefty wax empties. I have chilled out on filming my empties a bit because I've been so behind in getting my videos edited. You guys know, I talk about it all the time. My work schedule is kind of crazy at times, and so it doesn't always permit me to have the energy I need to get that done, or also to get it done, period, to get the videos filmed, whatever, although I seem to have an easier time fitting the filming in than I do the editing, which is a process. It does take time, but regardless, I'm just going to give you a fair warning. This video may get ugly. It's going to probably be long. I always say I'll try to make it quick. I always seem to fail at it. I will try to be as least descriptive as possible. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You can email me. You can comment below. Whatever you like. Message me on Facebook. Whatever you like. But yeah, I've got a lot here. I've got a few candles. I actually posted my candles earlier this week because I had a lot, but I have a few more. I have a lot of vendor wax, and I have a lot of retail wax. And I actually have a couple of Scentsy bars that I forgot to include in my video that I filmed earlier today. So I thought, why hold them until next time? Just include them here. So I'll also have those. This probably encompasses a good... Yeah, it's probably been close, not quite, but close to a month since I last filmed in Empties. So we've got a lot here. And I have tossed things in between too, so we would have even more. But if you're interested in getting into my Empties, then you should grab a drink. You should grab a snack or two. And we'll get started. Stay tuned. Alright guys, as always, we'll start with my non-wax empties. I've got a few here. Some wallflowers. We have mahogany vanilla. This one, yeah, I ended up having to toss this one. Warm vanilla, fresh bergamot, and sweet sandalwood. I hate mahogany, but for some reason I really like mahogany vanilla. I think because it's so vanilla heavy. This was one of those wallflowers, you open it up and the little stem that, you know, dips the oil and plugs up into the plug. It was bent. It was bent all the hell. I actually was able to straighten it out to use it for a little bit, but it didn't matter because I couldn't smell it anyway. Sometimes I can't even get them fixed. But these tend to sit in my stash for a while before I get to them, so there's no returning it. And, you know, I'm not in the mood to play with Bath & Body Works return policy because it's different no matter where you go, no matter where you're situated, no matter who you see in the store. So, yeah, I'm not doing it. So it got trashed. And I also did Holiday, which I did buy recently. This was so cute. It was shaped like a tree, which was new this year, or last year, at the end of last year. Red cinnamon stick, Christmas clove buds, and ground nutmeg. This is doing its thing. It's performing okay. You would think it would be even stronger with all the spices in it, but it's doing okay. But the little tree is so cute and pleasing to the eye. I finished up a soap in the Perfect Christmas. This is fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. If you are not new here, you know the Perfect Christmas is one of my, it's not one of my, it's my favorite scent, my favorite fragrance ever. Keeps me tied to Bath & Body Works, you guys, because I have to have it. And when they released it in soap last year, I was like over the moon. I tend to get overzealous and pick up so many, stock up on so many. And I wasn't loving the packaging. I know a lot of people like this kind of plain, you know, modern, like, sleek packaging, but I kind of like the cutesy. So I only picked up 2. I say only. And I didn't see it coming back this past year. And I was like, oh, no, please don't tell me because I need to have this in my life all the time, every winter, every Christmas. But it did come back. It came back a little later than I expected. But it did. So I picked up a couple more. It smells just like the candle. I absolutely love this. And I look forward to using it again. These soaps are crazy. $8.95. Bath & Body Works is out their mind. And it looks to me, I've heard rumors that they're trying to be more like a luxury brand and not do so many sales. And I think that's probably true as to what we've seen in January and February. So if they think that I'm going to pay $15, $16 for their candles, if they think I'm going to pay $9 or $10 for their soaps, I don't even know if they're going to continue doing soaps. I'm hearing stuff that, like, they're not going to do wallflowers. They don't want to do single wicks, all the stuff. They made changes to their rewards that I don't think were for the better. I'm not going to use this video to talk about how much Bath & Body Works is getting on my nerves, but I'm not paying those prices. And if you want to, that's fine. Everybody can do their own thing, but I'm not going to. Winterberry Wonder. The products need to be better for me to pay that. And you've been doing these crazy sales all these years. Like, you're going to try to go back on it now? That's what people are used to. They're not used to paying $17.95, and I think some of these are $19.95 now because this is older. Yeah, people are not paying $20 for this body cream. They're just not going to. Ruby Frost, Winterberry, Sparkling Cranberry, and Crystal Vanilla, which are the scent notes for Winterberry Wonder in the body cream. I love this scent. I really enjoy doing this in the winter. It's fruity and bright and vibrant, and I enjoy it very much. But will not be paying more than $5, $6 for these or using my rewards, which I guess I won't earn that many of if I'm not buying so many candles. So last of the non-wax items, I finished up a bag of super jumbo cotton balls, which is what I use to clean out my wax from my dishes. Those are from Target. And also a bag of jumbo. So these are smaller. These are more like your normal size cotton balls. These I love. They seem to go through a period at one time where they seem to have gotten smaller, but they also seem back on track. And I know I'm not crazy because I have got some cotton hanging there. I have some older bags in my stash, and I definitely was picking up less wax, and I could feel the difference. So they seem to be back on track, and I'm enjoying them again. I like to get both sizes because this takes out the majority of my wax in my dish. If I have a little bit extra wax in my dish, I'll add one of these, and it keeps me from doing two of these because these you get less of for, the same price. So just keeps me, economical. Okay, retail wax. Let's try to go through these quickly. Goose Creek, we'll start with Winter Splendor. This is going in my kitchen this morning. I think I've talked about this before. This is basically a dupe for Bath & Body Works Winter. I like it very much. I think this one has a little bit more of kind of like a firewood vibe to it, but I like it. Falling Leaves. I don't think I've warmed this one before. For some reason, I just, I've been trying to go through these older clams because the clams look more like this now with a little stand to them. And so I know these are a bit old. So I've been trying to get through my older ones. I don't know that this is supposed to be a dupe for Leaves from Bath & Body Works, but that's what I get from it. I will be honest. I actually like this better than Leaves from Bath & Body Works, so I actually would do this again. It performed okay. And then some newer ones here, although this one's not too new. Cookies and Milk. I don't know. Did this one come back this year? I shouldn't even ask because I didn't pay close attention. I love Cookies and Milk. It's just like a really yummy chocolate chip cookie fragrance. I think it's probably the same as their chocolate chip cookie fragrance, which I'm working on now. Which I'm wondering is also maybe the same as the new Pillsbury chocolate chip cookie dough candle they have out now. But I couldn't say for sure because I haven't tried it. Vanilla Birthday Cake. This one's okay. Just your vanilla. Yeah, I like this one. This one, I was getting it confused for a second with their Christmas, what's it called? White Christmas cake? They smell similar, but they don't smell the same to me totally. So maybe they're supposed to be the same. I don't know. But I get kind of a sour vibe from the other. This one I thought was okay. Not very strong, though. This one was knock me out the house strong. Sweet potato beignet. I decided to warm this. I think I paid like $2 for this in a sale. I decided to warm it because I was trying to make a decision if I wanted to purchase a sweet potato candle from Caramel Sundays. It smells nice and clam. I wasn't sure what I originally thought of it when I first smelled it on cold. It was good. It's a good scent, but man, it was overpowering. It was floating from my kitchen into my living room and dining room and taking over the scent I had going on here. So I couldn't smell that. It got to be a little too much, and it was a little savory, a little bit more savory than I liked. So I don't know that I would do it again. I do have another. So if I do warm it, I will definitely go with a little less cubes. I mean, it's very typical that I have to use a whole clam because my kitchen, she just likes to say, you got to give me more for me to smell it. So I tend to just start right off the bat with 6 cubes, and I didn't need that many with that one. So if you like these kind of fragrances, that was a good one. Yankee Candle, I did an old. I can tell it's old because the bottom, these bottoms are made so much nicer. They're more like a heavier plastic than they are now. The centerpiece melt cups. Yeah, I can't get the lid off that easy. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to tell on camera, but they're more heavy duty than the cups I have now that are newer. They're so much more plastic-like and cheap-like, but I'm keeping these because I reuse them to melt wax in my centerpiece warmer. I think I've gotten rid of most of my centerpiece warmers. I think I'm down to only having 2 left. So yeah, I only have 2 left, I think. But this was Cafe Alfresco, and you know, like I said, this was old, so I've had it in my stash for a long time. And even though I could still smell it on cold, I can still smell it in this empty container, it performs really light. So it could be a Yankee thing. I've had this fragrance in the past, and I know I enjoyed it. I think I've seen this come back. It's one of those things that kind of disappears, but then you see it again, then it disappears. I don't know if it's old stuff. I don't know. But this one was definitely old, so that could have very well affected the performance. It was pretty light. Shimmering Christmas Tree. I don't know why I did my retail wax first. I should have done my candles. So there I go, out of whack and backwards again. But it made me think of it because I have the candle here too. I love this fragrance. And this is one I don't know that we're going to see more of from Yankee. I feel like this was from a new collection that stood around for a little bit, which is kind of unusual for Yankee. So I thought, oh man, this has stood the test of time. People like this. But I also feel like it's been kind of clearanced out. So I don't know that we're going to see it anymore. But it's kind of like a pretty Christmas tree, if that makes sense. I don't have the scent notes here, but yeah, it could almost lean. I don't want to say it could almost be a body care, but it leans a little bit that way. It's beautiful. It's a stunning scent. I love it. I do have some more in my stash, so not overly strong in performance, but I can smell it and I do enjoy it. And it was helpful that I was doing the candle too. New love for me. And I don't know if this is a permanent staple with Yankee, but pumpkin cinnamon swirl. I know. What am I doing pumpkin scents? Like I said, I'm trying to get through some of my older wax melts. I don't think this smells amazing in this clam. It really doesn't. It's okay. I put this in my warmers. Amazing. Not only did it perform well, it smelled so good. This smells so much better than Bath & Body Works version of this scent. It really smelled like that. Although I didn't get a lot of frosting from it. But oh man, it was like the dough part. If this is part, I want to say I might have this candle. I might. But if this is part of their lineup, I'll be getting that again because that was amazing. Top 10. Top 10. Top tier fragrance. So good. So good. Okay, last retailer is Kringle. I'll put a number here. Try to go through them quickly. Snow Walk. I'm actually working on the 4-wick of this right now. It's almost finished. I actually have it burning now, which is funny because I should have put it out because I just did a wax change and I have a plum scent in, so I shouldn't have this peppermint going, but this is so pretty. Prettier on warm than it is in this clam. So pretty. It kind of really just reminds me of that scene. It's just creamy and it just has this pretty element to it that's so hard to explain. A little bit powdery, but I love it. It's so nice. It's a softer scent, so this one is not going to knock you out of the house. And truth be told, the wax melt didn't last very long for me. It kind of tuckered out pretty quickly. But like I said, I'm enjoying the 4-wick candle, which also is not a boomer, but it's a nice, soft, definitely kind of a background scent. But I love it. And I hope Kringle keeps this as part of their lineup because this was new to the winter holiday collection, I believe, this year. So this was really nice. Baby, it's cold outside. I do have this candle burning right now because it does go with what I have going in here. This is also a powdery, more so than Snow Walk. Powdery, pretty. I think there's some jasmine in here. There's some citrus. There's some berry. It's hard to explain, but it's the perfect scent for January. It's really beautiful. I'm really shocked how much I love this one. I fell in love with this a couple years ago, so it's always part of my winter lineup when you're kind of, you know, just craving something different than the tree and the woodsy and the cranberry. This is your girl. Baby, it's cold outside. I did a lot of favorites here. I did a lot of favorites from Kringle. Peppermint and cocoa. This one's a great performer. Peppermint, hot cocoa, powdery, hot cocoa. Smells just like that right there. I don't know that I get a lot of marshmallow, but I get the peppermint and the cocoa. It's, like I said, a great performer. Great staple. I have the candle. I have a number of the candles. I hope Kringle brings it back. Milk and cookies, because their country line is discontinued. This is another one I love to have in my collection. I don't know if this one will make the transition to the Kringle jar, but I sure hope so. I don't know if enough people love it. It's very much a lactonic scent. It leans more milk than cookie, but there is a slight bakery note in it. I love it. It's so creamy and it mixes really well with other fragrances. I love it. It's another kind of background lighter performer, but I do pick it up. I do smell it. And I'm not huge on milky fragrances, but this one, she's my girl. She's my girl. Tranquil Winter. This is my new favorite apple tree fragrance. Although I'm really loving Winter Woods from Caramel Sundays as well. There's a place for both. They're kind of similar, but I feel like this one has a bit more of that tree to it. This was really nice. I'm also working on the candle. If you like apple, mix with tree. It's a great one. Love it. Candy cane cheesecake. This one has not been around for a minute. It's been in my stash for a while. I still have the candle, but it's the paraffin version. So I probably will sell it because I don't want to light that up. This one smells just like it says. It's not my favorite. It definitely has that cheesecake element to it. It's not sour or anything like that. It's more creamy. Lactonic. But the peppermint note kind of tempers that a little. It's okay. Just not my favorite. Maybe there's a reason why it hasn't come back, but it's okay. I do feel like this one was liked by many, though. Okay, guys, before I get into the candles, which I should have done first, let me talk about these two Scentsy bars real quick so I can get them out of the way. Vanilla Barnwood. This is a club bar for me. Did this come back as part of the vault? I'm not sure. Yeah, when I smell this on cold, everybody says it smells like Fruit Loops, and I love this bar. When I first warmed it, I didn't think it smelled like Fruit Loops. I thought it smelled like very woodsy, creamy, vanilla heavy, but also woodsy heavy as well. Really nice balance of the two. But everybody started saying it smelled like Fruit Loops, and then I couldn't unsmell it because I was like, okay, I see where they're coming from. So now every time I smell it on cold, I start contemplating, do I need to remove this from the club because I'm totally getting Fruit Loops? But when I warm it, I get that beautiful vanilla woodsy vibe again. So, and she's a good performer, so she is staying in my club for now. Apple Cherry Cider. This was part of the vault, and I was excited about this one because I like cider scents. And this one's a really nice one. I don't know if the scent notes have apple and cherry, but I smell apple and cherry. And like mulled spices. Definitely a cider vibe. Definitely like a drink, your warm, spicy drink with like a slice of apple soaking in there and a little bit of a cherry note. It's lovely. It's sitting in my club for now, but that said, I'm finding I'm putting a little too many cider scents in my club. So I really need to pare it down to like my favorite two. It's not easy. Because I feel like when I look at the scent notes, I'm like, oh, well, this one has this fruit, but this one has this fruit, but this one has that fruit. Maybe this one has a tree element. You know what I mean? But I just cannot justify having that many cider scents in my club, so I need to make some choices. Let me know in the comments below some of your favorite cider scents from Scentsy. Help a girl out. But apple cherry cider was quite delicious, and it was a decent performer, about a medium. All right, let's talk about these candles real quick. Okay, guys, I have two brands here. Yankee and Kringle. So we'll start with Yankee first. This one, I'm going to let her go because she is just burning messy. And I've had this same candle previously, and she burned just as hot and messy last time. So I don't know if it's his fragrance or if it's his jar, this particular pour. Like I said, it was the same one. I don't know, but I did pick it up this year, and I hope that my new one burns better. I won't get to it until next year. I think I actually bought it in the 3-wick and the tumbler jar because I really love this fragrance. This is Red Apple Wreath, and I really love this jar. This was a luminary collection that they came out with a couple years ago, and it burns so beautifully because all these little, luminary areas light up when the flame is lit. I love Red Apple Wreath. It's definitely like your apple tree scent. Has definitely a little bit more spice to this than some of your apple tree scents, like your Tree Farm from Bath and Body Works. It's definitely different. It has more spice to it. I really love this one, and I want to continue picking it up from Yankee, but we'll see how it goes with my newer versions. But yeah, this one, she's dirty. She just burns really hot. You can see how short my wicks are. No matter how short I take them, she stays lit. I'll give her that. Because, sometimes you get them too short, you get puny wicks. She stays lit, but man, she gets hot every time. The wicks grow every time. They get crazy. They get mushroomed. And stuff is just dumping into the wax. It's all soot. It's not wick residue, but yeah, I can just see the plumes of soot coming off of it when it's burning. So I'm done with her. I only got right there. But I mean, I enjoyed all this. So, letting her go, which makes me sad because I love this fragrance. But I don't know. I may just warm it next year. I am having the same problem with this candle, and this one I think may even be worse. This is actually a new fragrance to me. Not new to Yankee, but new to me. This is Christmas Eve. This is their newer candle and supposedly their newer formula. I gotta tell you, and I think other people have said it too. I will tell you the newer formula does look a little smoother, but I would say they tweaked a little. I know a lot of people talked about this too. I would agree. I think that when they talked about this new formula situation, they just carried over the formula that was in these jars and in the tumbler jars. They now have them in their 1-wick large jars, which is fine. That sounds great because honestly, whatever they're doing to their paraffin formula just isn't working because I can't smell the damn large jars, so I don't buy them anymore. Yeah, I would say the wax appears to be a little smoother, but when this is burning, it looks very much similar to what that looks like burning. Kind of like you look like you got brains in your jar. I would say maybe they added a little bit more soy to their candle, but it is still very much a soy blend. It is not 100% soy based. There's no way you can tell when you burn it. You can see it because soy looks very different. Yeah, this one's doing the same. I don't remember what the fragrance notes are in here, and good old Yankee, they don't put it on here. But this kind of reminds me a little bit of a lollipop. It kind of has that really sweet candy-like scent. And I think it has a little bit of maybe like a light cinnamon in there. But very fruity, very fun and playful, I would say. But not very strong. I got to be right on top of it to smell it. And, I mean, you can see the dirtiness on the side of the jar. I don't even have to turn it over. Do you see all that soot build up? Even worse when you look inside. And this was the most beautiful. Look at that red wax. Most beautiful. You look at the bottom. Beautiful red wax. I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. That's what I wanted to see all the way down. But that's not what I'm seeing. Again, I'm seeing plumes of soot come up into the air. And I'm not going to do that for a fragrance I can barely smell. So I could, warm this up, light her back up, warm it up, and get off the dirty wax and warm the rest. But I just don't love the fragrance enough. So I'm not going to. Christmas Eve, she's a done old girl. I do like the little label there. It's pretty, but not a repurchase for me. And last but not least, I just talked about this fragrance, Shimmering Christmas Tree. This was their old 3 wicks. So these were like 18-ounce jars, so they were larger. These ones are quite a bit smaller. I think almost 4 ounces smaller, or close to that. Again, no scent notes on the bottom. This one I just had burning, so she looks pretty set though. I'm pretty happy with the performance on this. I didn't mention throw on all these, so I'll try to go back through it real quick and mention that because I don't know what it is about throw that I can't remember. I think I get so passionate about the performance not including the throw, that I forget to mention it. And I suck. I suck. Shimmering crystals, and also trying to be quick, which I fail at all the time. I just talked about this fragrance in a wax smell. It's beautiful Christmas tree scent. Leans a little kind of leaning towards body care, as I mentioned, but not quite. Yeah, I was just burning this one. She had said she's been burning clean. She's been burning like a champ. I don't always have that performance from these 3 wicks because some of these burn pretty hot too. But I've been really happy with how this has burned. And the performance has been about a low medium, and I've been fine with that. So really enjoying that. I may have one more of these in my stash. If I don't, I'm pretty sure I have a tumbler because I kind of stocked up on this scent a little bit because I love it. But like I said, I don't think we're going to see it back. All right, throw on the Yankee candles. Red Apple Wreath. This one did okay. I would say this was about a 6.5. This may be a 4. It wasn't very good. Could have even been a 3. And this one I would say was about a 6. I would say it's okay. All right, Kringle. I have 2 here. I actually have 3. And the last one I wanted to show you is a bit sooty, but I did take a picture of it, so it's in my community tab. I don't think the wax has set yet, because soy wax takes a lot longer to set than this kind of wax, which, you know, there's another reason you can kind of tell. This wax looks very different. You'll see what I mean when I turn over the jars. But it takes a lot longer to set, and that jar is not set. So if I try to turn it over and show you how clean the wax is, but not clean the jar is, I'll try to remember to take a picture of it and then insert it here, because she's sewed it up. But I love the fragrance that I'm talking about. Let's talk about the 2 I do have here. Country Candles. This was part of a limited edition release that they did for the holidays. I think 2024. Sugar Cookie Stars. I don't know if this is like a repour of their sugar cookies. It's been too long. I mean, I've had it in wax melts. Actually, I think I pulled it in wax melts. I haven't warmed it yet. That or holiday cookies. I feel like it's very similar if it's not an exact dupe. I love this. This was so good. It performed so well, you guys. No sooting, which I was shocked because a lot of times vanilla fragrances, they soot. They tend to burn hot. This one, oh my gosh, she did so well. It does have scent notes on here. Butter, cinnamon, honey, caramel, vanilla bean, cream. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. I don't really get honey, but I think it just adds to the sweetness of the candle. It really just smells like a sugar cookie. Like you just took sugar cookies out of the oven and you know you break them apart. That smell that's inside that sugar cookie, that's what that smells like. Like it's so authentic. So authentic. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't really smell like much like a sugar cookie homemade as much as it does kind of like a sugar cookie Pillsbury ready to eat. But I like that smell, so I'm good with that. I love this one. She burned beautifully. I would say the throw on her was about probably a 6. She wasn't overly strong, but I could smell her. I loved her. I have one more in my stash. It's not enough. I was so pleased with how this performed. I would love to see another sugar cookie fragrance in the Kringle line. Because they haven't brought back sugar cookies. They haven't brought back holiday cookies. They haven't brought this back. They're all kind of in that same vein. They need to bring one of them back. And they need to bring back vanilla cupcake. Because I need it in my life. This one is not quite finished yet. But I'm close enough that I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. This is the Wine and Manger. I think this jar is beautiful. Very pretty when lit. I love the coloring to it. This is a discontinued fragrance too. This is juicy orange, mint leaf, lemon, clove bud, rose, cinnamon, nutmeg, musk, vanilla, and cashmere woods. If you read those scent notes, sometimes I think Kringle takes it a little too far with the scent notes. Reading those, you'd be like, I don't think I would like this candle. Yeah. I could see people being scared of this. Mint leaf? No. No. Rose? No. Cashmere woods? This is a pomander fragrance, you guys. I mean, it's beautiful. Emphasis on the orange. The orange is so bright and gorgeous in here. It's juicy. It's plump. I love it so much. As I said, Kringle discontinued this fragrance, so they're not pouring this one anymore. I bought an ungodly amount of this jar when they put it back on the website because it kind of disappeared for a while. And then all of a sudden it was back. And they were older pours, so I don't know where it went. Yeah, this one here, although this one could have been in my stash for a bit. This one looks like it was poured in 2023. But yeah, I bought an ungodly amount. I do have some of the tumbler jars in my stash as well, both medium and large, which did not come back to the site. This was one of the prototypes that Melanie, Mr. Kong's mom, got to sample when she was coming up with her vintage Pomander fragrance. This one she did not decide on, but she did mention to Kringle that she thought this was great and they should add it to the lineup, and they did. Now they've taken it away. Katie from Katie's Joyful Life loves this one too. I get it. It's so good. She also stocked up. Oh, I'm so glad I have more in my stash, but so sad that's going away because I love it. Burn, impeccable, impeccable. So clean. Do you see what that soy wax looks like? You can see the kind of craters in there. Yankee does not look like that. It's a different texture. You can feel it. Like I said, it takes longer to set. And you can feel it, especially when it's soft. You can really feel a difference. But this is burning beautifully. I will finish this up. There's no way I'm going to waste that. I'm probably about right here. A few more burns. This has been burning forever. I know Kringle got some slack because people were saying their 3 wicks burned really fast. This one, and I do think some of them did. This one's been burning forever. I've been really juicing it, let me tell you. All right, guys, that'll do it for candles. That'll do it for retail wax, non-wax. Let's get into the vendor wax because we got a lot. Okay, friends, let's start with my one-offs. I have a few. Okay, that's us. I did Winter Glow. Did this one. This is one of her breakaway bars. I did in my bedroom. Pepperberry Wreath, Buttercream Frosting, White Cake, and By the Fireplace, which is a replica dupe. This was gorgeous. Fresh, clean, sultry, a little bit woodsy, a teeny bit of a smoky note. Gorgeous. I love the addition of the Pepperberry Wreath in this. Love this one. I love this one enough on cold that I bought more of it, so I have more in my stash. This will definitely be a repurchase. It performed at about a light medium, but I could smell it. There was no problem smelling it. Britta's Ain't You a Peach? I begged and begged for Britta to pour this, and she finally did. This was introduced in her Halloween event 2 years ago. She finally poured it towards the end of 2025. This was poured in October. Patchouli, Palo Santo, vanilla bean, marshmallow, and spiced oranges. So this is her... Is this her Exorcist? One of them she did with Babashook and one she did with the Exorcist. I think this is Exorcist. I don't know why. Or is it Babashook? I don't know why. I can't remember. But it's one of them, which they're kind of similar in fragrance profile. But one is more vanilla heavy. With the addition of the spiced oranges. Oh my gosh. I love this. I think this is the Exorcist. I think the other one was Babashook. This is amazing. It performed so well. I was so glad she finally poured it. I stocked up on it. I also got a loaf. And I think I got another souffle. So I will enjoy this again. Perfect scent for right now. In the middle of winter. Well, almost towards the end of winter. But perfect scent for right now. Blueberry Pumpkin Cobbler from Harper James. This is Blueberry Cobbler, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, and Sugar Cookie. This one was very nice. Very Blueberry Cobbler forward. Her Blueberry Cobbler is fantastic. That is mostly what I smell in this. I don't really pick up the other scent notes too well. But I wasn't mad about it because I love blueberry. I would get it again just to smell all the blueberry goodness. It was a great performer for me in my open space. L3 Buttery Gingerbread. Today is October 3rd. I need to be working on more of my L3. I just feel like I never reach for it. And I have so much of it. And it doesn't have anything to do with the wax. It's just that the bins are at the bottom of my other bins. I need to rearrange. This was lovely. I love her Today is October 3rd blends. I don't know if I found one yet that I didn't like. But I also really love her Buttery Gingerbread. It is just that. Buttery and gingerbread. It's really, really nice. And I would get that again. Zeep Yuletide Carols. I really enjoy this one. I think I've had it before. Winter Fir Trees and Sweet Vanilla Bean. That's what it was. Tree. And it was vanilla. Like the best version of like a vanilla balsam you could ever smell. Great performer. They were really cute shapes. Really enjoyed it. Zeep has closed, so I can't get it again. But I'm sure another vendor, I would be thinking something like Second and Spruce could do this really well. Because this was really great. Rocky Top Wax Works. I did this in my bedroom last night, and I'll turn those warmers back on again tonight. This is Pinkberry Sugared Spruce. Love these little ombre bags. So cute. And the shapes, so adorable. First, spruce, sweet berries, raspberry, mandarin, amber, vanilla, moss, and eucalyptus. Some of those notes kind of scare me. And I wasn't sure what I would think with the raspberry because me and raspberry, you know, we're just not real friendly right now. I love this. I'm glad I do because somehow I ended up with 3 and I don't know how I did that, but I must have thought I would love it. It's just sweet and pretty, but woodsy, a little bit fresh, but not overly so. It's just fun. It's just a fun scent and it's performing well. I would definitely repurchase that one. Cranberry Cottage. This one, she said, smells very similar to Yankee Candle's Cranberry Chutney. Truth be told, I haven't warmed that in a bit, but I did think on cold that from what I remembered, they do smell very similar. Cranberry, cinnamon, raspberry, strawberry, pineapple, grapefruit, vanilla bean, bergamot, apple, and sugar musk. This was poured in September. This was beautiful. Not only was it beautiful, it was long lasting. It literally went in my warmers first thing in the morning. I could still smell it that evening before I went to bed. I will definitely repurchase this. I think it's better than Yankee's Cranberry Chutney. That is definitely on my repurchase list. Absolutely stunning. Very sweet, but slightly tart, fruity, cranberry preserve-like. So lovely. Caramel Drip. This is salted caramel, butter caramel, pecan pie, sugar maple, vanilla, and a little pumpkin peanut brittle. This is a classic example of how different something can smell depending on where you warm it. I did 2 cubes of this in my bathroom. I did 4 cubes in a smaller bedroom of mine. I walked into my bathroom and I was like, I don't think I really care for this. I don't know what it was, but there was just a scent note that just wasn't vibing with me. Walked into my bedroom later that day, and maybe it could be too that it mellowed out, but I loved it in the bedroom. Loved it in the bedroom. So it was just jiving with some different fragrances already in the room, I think. And it just wasn't smelling the same in my bathroom as in the bedroom. But this was very nice. I don't know that I feel like I need it again. But at the same time, I don't know if it went on sale or something. I'd probably pick it up. It was nice. Winter Vanilla Shores. This is French Vanilla, Salty Sea Air, Crackling Birch, Sugared Spruce, and Marshmallow Fireside. This was lovely. This was another perfect fragrance to do in like February. Where you kind of to the point where you're like, okay, maybe I want something a little different than tree, something fresh and feeling like March, you know what I mean? But also kind of having that wintry vibe still because it is cold as, I was about to say Hades. Hades is hot. What am I thinking? It is cold as butt, man. So cold here. The frigid temperatures just go on and on and on. I don't know when the break is coming, but it's so cold here. Winter Vanilla Shores is really nice. I would get that again. Very nice, kind of almost leaning like beachy, but kind of wintry too. Really nice mixture. I thought she did her thing on that one. Winterberry Wonder. This, I wonder if this is like a dupe. I wonder if this is a dupe of my Bath and Body Works scent. So this is Winterberry Cranberry Vanilla, which is kind of like Winterberry. Red Winterberry, Ruby Apple, Sparkling Cranberry, Crystal Vanilla, Camellia Blossom. I wonder if they're dupes. I don't know. This was a really nice fruity scent. I enjoyed it. I feel like this one's a little bit fruitier. It's kind of hard to smell this in the clam dough. There's not a lot of residue in here. And from what I remember when I warmed it, it was quite fruity. So maybe they are dupes. I really enjoyed it. So it would make sense. Winterberry Wonder, really enjoyed it. Although I don't know if she would use the same name. So maybe they're slightly different. But I liked it and it performed just fine. Second and Spruce, I finished up a tub of Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. I think this was in her most recent pre-order. And so I pulled it from my stash. Is that why I pulled it? because it was in that order. I know there was something banana in there, and I think it was this. I also pulled it because I noticed how old it was, and I was like, whoa, why is this like 2 years old? I need to warm this. Banana bread, zucchini bread. What's that stand for? Sugar Cookie Royale. She uses abbreviations, and sometimes I gotta think. CS donuts, so that must be cinnamon sugar. And pecans. Oh my God, you guys. This was poured February of 2024, so 2 years old. So I was a little scared of what I was going to get because it's bakery. And bakery doesn't always hold up over time. This was stunning. Stunning. Beautiful. Really nice bakery banana. Not Laffy Taffy at all. Not that, you know, I care because I love banana scents, period. I don't care if they're Laffy Taffy or not. But I will say, when it comes to preference, I do prefer my banana bakery to smell more like banana bakery. And that isn't always the case. But if you do love banana bakery, you need this one in your life. So if you didn't pick it up in the pre-order, look for it when she does. She's been doing her RTSs a little differently, where she'll post a post in her Facebook group, and then you let her know you want something, which I gotta tell you, I don't overly love. I think she does it to try to be more fair to people, and I totally get that. So that aspect I like. But I don't know that it's all overly fair because a lot of people don't get Facebook notifications right away. I know I don't. And when she posted last time, I didn't get that notification until like 6 hours later. So by the time the notification had come through, there was no way I was getting anything. It was all gone. So I kind of like set time, be there. I can set an alarm, be there. If I get scents, I get them. If I don't, I don't. But I like that set time thing. I'm not a big fan of how she's doing it. But maybe you are, to each his own. But I didn't go in and try to order anything because I knew everything would be gone because her stuff disappears quick. But if you are able to get, if she does it the same way and you get a notification soon, you're able to get it, highly recommend. Perform Like a Champ 2 years later. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. So good. And her zucchini bread, creamy deliciousness. Some more Second and Spruce. I did Fall into Winter. This was from a sampler she did. This is from December 2024. So a year, a little more than a year. Vanilla Balsam, Fir Needles, Falling Leaves, Mallow Fireside, Crisp Apple, and Cinnamon Sugar. This one was okay. Yeah. You definitely get the Vanilla Balsam. I smell that for sure. So I definitely get the tree. I get the leaves note. It was okay. I didn't love it, but I didn't dislike it either. I enjoyed it. As you can see, I finished it. So you know I had to like it to some degree. North Pole Nights. This was Vanilla Balsam, Mallow Fireside, Palo Santo, and a hint of a minty breeze. Now on cold, I got a lot more than a hint of a minty breeze. Yeah, on cold, I get quite a bit in the mint. On warm, more of the tree opened up. I got a lot of the Vanilla Balsam. I could definitely pick up the Palo Santo. I got the creamy marshmallow, slightly smokiness from the Mallow Fireside. That was really nice. I would get that again. Strawberry Balsam, Milk and Cookies. This is Strawberry Pound Cake, Vanilla Balsam, and her ever famous Milk and Cookies. The best Milk and Cookies I've ever smelled. And you actually can smell it because it performs very well. This was delightful. Very Strawberry Pound Cake heavy. It almost smelled like it had a little bit of fresh picked strawberries in it. It doesn't say that. But I felt like I got a little bit of it there. But a lot of Strawberry Pound Cake. She really, really blended this really well to make sure you could smell that, because that is a lighter fragrance oil than Vanilla Balsam is. Also got the bakery deliciousness of the Milk and Cookies. That was wonderful. I would definitely get that one again. Okay, let's talk about some Lavender and Speckles. Earl Grey Beach Marshmallow and Vanilla Bean Honey. I was excited to try this one. I really liked how this smelled on cold. Enough to, I think I purchased another clam of it. Unfortunately, on warm, this is very honey forward, and I don't overly love honey and wax. I get the other scent notes. I get the Earl Grey tea, which I love. I really like that. And I get a little bit of the beach marshmallow, not a lot. Yeah, just a little bit. It's not beach marshmallow heavy, which is what she calls her beach nights. But the vanilla bean honey, that was the strongest note. So it was just okay. It performed fine, but not a repurchase for me. Peppermint sugar cookies. I'm pretty sure I've warmed this before. The perfect Christmas cookie blend, sweet peppermint and warm sugar cookies. This is nice. Your typical run-of-the-mill peppermint sugar cookie. Emphasis on the peppermint. The peppermint's pretty strong in this, but the bakery's nice as well. Gotta love peppermint because it is stronger in there, but it's nice. Apple and pine. I love this fragrance from Beth. Mac apple, roasted pine cones, and a hint of pumpkin pie spice. I don't know that I can really tell there's pumpkin pie spice in there. At least on warm, I get the apple, which her Mac apple is very strong. But let me tell you, her roasted pine cone is good. And there to say hello as well. They met each other at the middle. I really like this blend. I've had it multiple times and will continue to get it. Apples and flannel. My buddy Courtney sent me this, and I wasn't sure because I am not a fan of Bath & Body Works flannel. This is Mac apple and flannel. That's it. All there is to it. Lovely. There is something about her Mac apple that just cut through that flannel. Took away so much of the masculinity that I get from that because it's very much a cologne vibe to me. This gave it a whole new, and it's just apple. It's just Mac apple. But it gave it a whole new vibe. I actually would repurchase that. Yep. Really, really enjoyed it. It was kind of almost up there with apple and pine. I was shook up, but I really loved it. So if you don't like flannel, you may want to try it out. Marshmallow sugar cookies. This one is Palo Santo Sugar Cookie Royale and Toasted Mallow. This one is a lighter scent. It's not going to do your open space, but at the same time, it did my bedroom just fine. Best Palo Santo is so good, and it's the strongest note in this. But these other notes add so much creaminess to what's already a creamy Palo Santo in her repertoire. That one was good. I would definitely get that one again. Christmas Wreath. This is a favorite of mine. And Beth, her dupe, I mean, there's a number of vendors that do this. This is a dupe for Bath & Body Works Winter Citrus Wreath. Her dupe is really good. Sparkling citrus with nuances of fresh pine and warm spices on a soothing, musky background. Winter Citrus Wreath BBW type. So good. Not only is this the most amazing citrus tree fragrance, emphasis on the orange citrus. Oh, so juicy. So much a holiday vibe, but also a winter vibe. It's a great performer, you guys. She goes and goes and goes. She never stops. She never stops. Love it. Every time Beth offers it, I pick it up. It's like banana nut bread and buttercream. It's one of my favorites, my tops from her. I have to have it every time I see it. I told you there was a lot, guys. I hope you're sticking with me. Rainbow Melts. Hello, Winter. Birchwood, fir needles, apples, sugared berries, citrus zest, cedarwood, oak, moss, and musk. I don't know if this is supposed to be a dupe of anything. It doesn't say. This was really nice. Very nice winter fragrance. And I am really, really liking her soft wax. So yeah, she has like a different formula she offers in these little, like, I don't know if she calls them souffles. I think she calls them something else, but really nice. You get the birchwood, you get the fir needles, you get a little bit of the apple. It's not overly apple. You just pick up a little bit. It's kind of like a fruit mixture. So the apples, the berries, and the citrus zest kind of all combined into kind of like this mulled fruit kind of vibe. So you get the tree, you get the woodsy, the oak moss, and the musk. I wouldn't let that scare you. It just kind of adds a little bit more of a woodsiness to everything and a little bit of a pretty vibe. The musk is just kind of a supporting note. Really enjoy that one. It does kind of remind me of something, so let me know if that is a dupe for something. Spice Plum Wine. I have this one going right now, and it's kind of light, you guys. This dish burns the hell out of my hand when I pick it up. Ooh, I spell it in a dish, but it is kind of lighter. It's a Yankee warmer, and I think it's only 18 watts, but holy cow, it burns. Spice Plum Wine is sugared plums, orange peel, mulled wine, cranberry, cinnamon, and ginger. I love the fragrance, and this is also her soft formula. God, it smells divine in here. But it's a little on the lighter side. And this is not old. October 2025. I do have some candles going as well. I have Baby It's Cold Outside, which we talked about earlier in this video going. I have, what do I have going over there? I think Under the Christmas Tree from Bath & Body Works. And I have Strawberry Snowflakes going. So they all kind of complement each other. Yeah, I love it. I love how this smells. Maybe, I think I would get this again, but do it in a smaller room. Or maybe I'm just not having a good nose day. I did do Sassy Girl Aroma earlier. And I smelled that one just fine. It was a peppermint scent. But this smells amazing. Just not super strong. It does smell a little lighter in my dish too. I can smell it, but it smells a little lighter. But I love this Spice Plum Wine. Slice Season. Also her soft wax. Pepperberry, mistletoe, sugar cookie, and sweet vanilla embers. Also poured in October. I love this. Repurchase for sure. I don't know. I'm just loving that pepperberry oil, you guys. Loving it. Christmas Tree Vacation. This is vanilla eggnog, sugar cookies, and vanilla butter fudge, which makes up her Christmas vacation. And then Christmas Tree Farm, which makes it Christmas Tree Vacation. I had warmed her Christmas vacation and talked about it in a video. And I loved it. I loved it the way it was. But I also was mentioning that I thought it would smell good with tree, like a tree note. And Crystal agreed. She's so awesome. She watches our videos out there and she'll comment. She's so hands-on. This was awesome. Awesome. Tree note was amazing. It's good on its own, but it's also good with tree. I would recommend both fragrances. I got this in her big, like, snap bar thing. I don't know if you could actually snap it. I had to cut it because it was pretty thick. But I loved every minute of it. I got 2 warms in my open space. It performed great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really love vanilla butter fudge, and hers is exceptionally good. Really like that. Really like that a lot. Okay, we shall continue. Still so many, you guys. Teddy bees. I did a separate Teddy bees warming video, so they didn't make it into this video because, you know, I was working on some scents that were going to be in her last pre-order, and so it's been a bit now, but you can check back and watch that if you're interested in watching some Teddy bees specific videos. But I have a few here. So I did Little Shop on the Corner. This is fresh cut spruce, black tea leaves, toasted fig, sweet pine cones, spiced winter fruits, vanilla, warm cedar, hints of nutmeg, and tonka. I will preface this by saying I don't love fig. And even though there's like a million other scent notes in this, I do pick up the fig. It's nice, but it also was kind of a light performer for me. So not a repurchase, but I enjoyed it. Obviously, I finished the whole souffle, which I did in my open space. It probably would do fine somewhere else, but my open space kind of swallowed it up a little. Over the Hill and Through the Woods. I love how this smelled on cold. So this is her Christmas Trees and Cream blended with warm apple cider. That's interesting. So this is close to that Christmas Trees and Cream and apple cider donuts that she offered in her last pre-order. Yeah, I love how this smells, but this also is not super strong on performance. I could detect it. It's definitely more like a background kind of scent. So this one, I liked how it smelled enough that I maybe would pick this up again and do it in my bedroom. But my open space just wasn't the place for it. And I might actually have another souffle of this. This is from July of 2024. Fuzzy Socks. This one is Warm Woods, Cashmere Socks, and Marshmallow Fireside. So very simple. This is also from October 2024. This was pleasant. Soft, cashmere-like for sure. Kind of reminds you of that cozy, warm sock, warm fuzzy sock kind of vibe. Yeah, this was nice. I divided this up. I did half the souffle in my bedroom. It performed adequately. It wasn't strong, but it wasn't light either. It was kind of like your low medium, but it was kind of like your perfect vibe for what the scent was. And then I did some in the smaller bedroom, and it did really good in the smaller bedroom. I just took a chunk of it and stuck it in a crock. Did great in there. So in your smaller room, I think it would do really well. but I don't think it would have made it in my open space, which I didn't even try it. So that was enjoyable. Fuzzy socks. Southbound, strawberry pine. This was her wax cake. I got 2 worms out of this, which is a good thing because this was the fragrance that was being overpowered by the Goose Creek sweet potato fragrance. So I couldn't smell it on my second worm, so I'm glad I got to smell it on my first. Fresh picked strawberries and fresh pine. That's all it was. I feel like a lot of vendors are doing things like this now. And I haven't quite figured out how I feel about the fresh picked strawberries and tree. I really like how they smell on cold. But I warmed one from another vendor the other day, and I wasn't totally loving it. This one I liked. I liked this one a lot. I really enjoyed it. Didn't get to enjoy it on my second warm, but I would definitely pick that one up again. Very fruity, very sweet strawberries with... This one I feel like the pine note was a little lighter, but it definitely got pine. It was nice. Gingerbread cream puffs. People love her cream puffs blend. Sweetened gingerbread, buttery pastry dough. Creamy vanilla custard, sweet cream, confectioner's sugar, and a hint of spice. This was gingerbread and creaminess. The gingerbread was very toned down. So if you don't overly love gingerbread, but you don't mind a little bit of it, with more of like a vanilla heavy. I feel like I have glitter on my nose. I probably do, because, you know, I've been doing a lot of Teddy Bees lately. And these wax cakes that were like holiday oriented had glitter, and Rose Girls that were holiday oriented. I know we're well into, you know, February, touching March soon, but I'm still doing Christmas scents, holiday, winter scents. And everything is glitter. Everything is glitter. Yeah, light on the gingerbread, heavy on the cream puff. I think you would enjoy it. Gingerbread cream puffs. I did. I would get that one again. It performed about at a low medium. Peppermint everything. This is peppermint leaves, candy canes, pink sugar, marshmallow, freshly baked sugar cookies, buttercream frosting, vanilla extract. Kind of like that peppermint sugar cookie fragrance from L&S that I talked about earlier. I really enjoyed this though. Yeah, there's kind of a little bit of a fresh peppermint element to this I really, really liked. But all the bakery and then the sweetness from the pink sugar was really nice too. I would get that one again. I can't remember if I warmed this one already. I might have in a clam, but I would get it again. That was good. Super Tarts. I did violet, peppermint, cotton candy, and blackberry. So I thought that I might really like this. And I won't say I disliked it, but I didn't love it. So that one's not a repurchase for me. Just scent preference, fragrance profile, performed fine. Bubble Lights. This is Macintosh apples, peppermint sticks, and Rice Krispie treats. I don't always love Rice Krispie treats and wax. Don't know why. This was not my favorite either, and I don't know why. I can't pinpoint it, but every time I would go into the room, I was like, it's just okay. Not a repurchase. Again, just scent preference. Performed fine. Holly Jolly Christmas Coffee Club. Love the label on that. This is Americano, Vanilla Whip, Hot Cocoa, Marshmallows, and Vanilla Ice Cream. Do I remember this one? This one was a while ago. Yeah, I think this one was just okay to me, but honestly, I don't remember much about my warm on this. I probably shouldn't even have included it in my video because I don't remember it. So we'll say it didn't make an impression on me. So probably not a repurchase. But if you warmed this, let me know. Let me know what I'm forgetting here. So awful. Christmas Express. This one I really enjoyed. This is hot cocoa, ice cookies, toasted marshmallow, sugar dusted raspberries, and butter cookies. Was a little scared because it's like a raspberry chocolate fragrance. Loved it. Loved it. Would get it again. I have a feeling I have another one. That one was really good. Performed really well too. Ooh, we're getting there. We still, I still got, I think, 3 more vendors here. I got a lot from the Pharmacist Daughter coming up. And a number from Sassy Aroma. And some Rose Girls. All right. It's a bit nipply out. This was a sample that I received in a recent order. Strawberry Letter, which is Fleur type. Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Which is, I'm going to say this wrong because you know me in perfumes. Kayali? Kayali. I know I'm butchering that. Feel free to correct me. And I'm going to butcher this too. Confetti. I feel like it's probably Spanish, so it would be Dores. But I don't know. Le Monde. Confetti Dores. Le Monde Gourmand type. I don't know, guys. But what I do know is a little too perfumey for me. No. I think all you perfume lovers will probably love it. I love the name. Love the name. It was a super cute pink Christmas tree, but too pretty for me. Oh, Christmas tree cakes. This one I warmed a while ago too. So this is Oh Christmas Tree, which I think is a mixture of Christmas tree scents and Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes, which I do like her Little Debbie Christmas tree cake oil. It doesn't lean cherry, which some vendors do. This was good. I enjoyed it. It actually performed okay for an older bakery because I've had this since November 2024. I still feel like I have glitter on me. I apologize if I'm shining this whole video, but Oh Christmas Tree Cakes. I think I would get that again, but maybe not because I have so many fragrances. Wario's Winter Wonderland. This was like 2 snowflakes. I did 2 warms out of this in my open space. So we have candy cane, vanilla crunch donuts, eggnog, and sugar cookies. This was also from November 2024. This performed fine. Yeah, sometimes her peppermint is a little bit much for me, but this was so good. This is peppermint right where I liked it. It really was creamed out by the vanilla crunch donuts, the eggnog, and the sugar cookies. Would repurchase this. I don't know if she'll offer it. If she does, it won't be under that name because she's not doing Mario blends anymore. But I think that we'll see some of her more popular blends. They'll just be renamed. That's what I'm thinking, but could be wrong. Speaking of Mario blends, this is also from November 2024. I must have pulled all my November scents from 2024. Thwomps. I think we'll see this back too because this is just too popular not to come back. Pine, peppermint, sugar cookie dough, and campfire marshmallow. So not a whole lot different from that one, but this is a favorite. Yeah. I really get a good dose of the tree in this. So the pine, I get a good dose of the campfire marshmallow. The peppermint is a lesser peppermint in this than that one. That one is definitely a stronger peppermint. This is really nice. I enjoyed Thwomps a lot. So I do hope we see it back no matter what it's named. I do hope we see that one back. Okay. I said we have a lot of Pharmacist Daughter because I was going through some stuff. Trying to figure out what I wanted from their last pre-order because that was it, guys. And some of my very favorites were in that pre-order. So it kind of sucked that they were all in the same pre-order because I wanted to stock up more than I did. But, you know, Christmas was just, you know, 2 months ago. I went crazy on the Kringle after Christmas sale. The Caramel Sundays restock. I've just been buying candles out the wazoo and I just couldn't go heavier than I did. But I did stock up a little bit. But it just kind of makes me sad that I'll never smell these fragrances again. And I'll probably try to have another vendor dupe them. But, you know, getting the formulas just right, I don't know. But there were definitely a number of my favorites in that pre-order. And I wish I could have gotten more. But I also have to remember that wax only has so long of a shelf life. So I could get a ton of it and it not last anyway. So anyway, banana bread cake. I do hope they offer this in an upcoming pre-order because I really do like this one. And I know my friend Danielle sent me some of this too because she knows I love Banana Bakery. This is from November 2024. Banana nut bread, cuppy cake, cream cheese frosting, and vanilla bean. This is creamy. Banana Bakery. I love this one. So if they offer it again, I will definitely pick it up because it's so good. Bejeweled. It says Christmas Tree Farm, vanilla pound cake, and a touch of cider. This one had quite a bit of glitter in it. Even the Pharmacist Daughter, who never gives you glitter, it was in the Christmas stuff and the holiday fragrances. And I think it was in some of my fall fragrances even. Yeah, you get the Christmas Tree Farm the strongest. And then the cider. I know it says touch of cider. It says regular amount of vanilla pound cake, but I get the Christmas Tree Farm and then the cider. Then a little bit of the vanilla. I enjoyed this one. Bejeweled. I don't feel like I would have to stock up on it if it was, you know, a pre-order this year, because they're closing the end of 2026. So there will be 3 more pre-orders and then that's it. So whatever they offer, and I think it's going to be different in each pre-order, which I'm like, y'all need to be putting coconut crack in every one. But then it will probably also depend on how much oil they have left. So who knows what will make it to the final pre-order. Yeah, I'm in my head because I do really enjoy the Pharmacist daughter. I really do. I get great performance from them most of the time. That's the point. I want more hits than misses. I love their coffee fragrances. So Sweet Mountain Java, I'm looking at you. I know I'm going to stock up on that when I see it. I know that's got to make it to pre-order because it's definitely a top. So I will definitely be stocking up some coffee fragrances. Yeah, there's going to be some I really miss. So this is a tough one to lose. The Pharmacist daughter, Break the Ice. This is icy peppermint, buttermint, spearmint, pink sugar, and toasted marshmallow. So all the mints, a little pink sugar, and a little marshmallow. Yeah, I've had this one before. I really enjoy it. That said, you know, mint fragrances are a dime a dozen, so it won't be one that I would stock up on if it came up in a future pre-order this year. Only because I'm looking out for certain scents. So I wouldn't stock up on it. Maybe a souffle, but probably not, because I need to be really careful what I want to stock up on, because there are definitely some coffee fragrances that I need from them. But Break the Ice is terrific. If it was just, you know, they were not doing if it was just, you know, ordinary course of business and they weren't closing, this would definitely be on my repurchase list, but them closing makes a difference. Peppermint Melloways, this is another one. Really enjoy it, but don't know that I would pick it up in the last pre-order. Crushed candy cane, sugar cookie dough, buttercream frosting, and pink sugar. Kind of similar, actually. Yeah, it's another great peppermint fragrance. Creamy and sweet and girly. And I really enjoy it. Kind of almost smells like a peppermint melloway. Love Story. This one was in their most recent pre-order. And I thought about picking up another because I really did enjoy this, but I didn't. Pink sugar, cupcake, pink chiffon, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. Yeah, this was based on her Taylor Swift pre-order that they did a couple years ago. As you can tell from the name. This was really nice bakery, pink smelling, so to speak. But I didn't get it. Boardwalk Beach, this was also in the pre-order, so I warmed it up to see what I thought. I think this was Summer Michelle's blend. So this is Strawberry Coconut Crack, Beach Nights, and Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. This is beautiful. Really, really lovely. At the same time, as much as I love this, I feel like I could get this somewhere else. Like Sassy Girl Aroma might have something like this. Summer could ask for it there maybe if she doesn't. And I think it would be really good in SGA's wax because I think it would be a powerhouse thrower because her BMC is so strong. So I didn't worry about picking up that one, but I liked it a lot. Cardamom Woods. This one, I was warming a lot of the fragrances in the pre-order just in case. Palo Santo, glazed donuts, pink chiffon, and cardamom and cream. I didn't pick this up. Yeah, I didn't really love this one. I don't think I like the mixture of the donuts in there. And maybe the pink chiffon too. I like cardamom and cream. It's an oil I like a lot. I like it with the Palo, but I don't think I liked it with the glazed donut. I think I would have liked it better with cinnamon sugar donuts. And I don't know about that pink chiffon in there. I don't know. So I didn't get that one. Beans and cream. I don't think this was in the pre-order, but I wanted to try it. I don't think. Am I wrong? I don't remember. Coffee House Marshmallow, Sweet and Creamy, and Coconut Sherbet Cookies. This was good. Their coffee scents usually are. I really like the mixture with the Coconut Sherbet Cookies. I really picked that up well. And the coffee note as well. I don't know if I did maybe a souffle, but then again, if it was in this last pre-order, I've already missed it. So I don't know. Sweet Mountain Java, I'm really holding out for. Maybe the Daily Grind. So I definitely have some coffee scents on my radar. So I don't know. After Dinner Treat. This one I think was in the pre-order. And I enjoy this fragrance. I've had it before. Twisted Peppermint, Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and Sugar Cookie Royale. I assume that's the Bath & Body Works type. The Twisted Peppermint. Yeah, this is really nice, creamy, chocolatey peppermint scent. I really like Cupcakes at Tiffany's because it's so creamy and like marble cake smelling to my nose. Really good one, but at the same time, I was really being picky what I was stocking up on because there was a number of my favorites. So, you know, Delicate was in the order, King Cake was in the order, Coconut Crack was in the order. Oh, there was another one that was a favorite of mine. Rich and Creamy. I had to keep my head focused right on those number one favorites. So some things had to be cut because I needed those. Hummingbird Cake. This was also in the pre-order. Vanilla Pound Cake, Pineapple, Coconut, Banana, Brown Sugar, and Vanilla Buttercream. I think this was a spin or maybe a dupe for Bath & Body Works Hummingbird Tea Cake, which I have in my stash. I think I have yet to burn that candle. It smells delightful. It smells delightful in my warmers, but again, I just stuck with what I really, really love. So that one didn't make the cut, but it was nice. Blueberry Pastries. This one did make the cut. This was in the pre-order too. It is a favorite of mine, but I went smaller on this one than I did the others, only because I felt like this one's very easy to get from another vendor too. Blueberry muffins, buttery vanilla, fresh dough, and sugared almonds. I am so concerned about Delicate though, because that mixture is just right, man. One of the best vanilla fragrances I've ever smelled. But I really like this mixture of blueberry muffins with the sugared almonds. It's really good. And it's a decent performer. And I love me some blueberry. Yeah, I did pick up some more of that. Latte Da. So here we have a coffee fragrance. This is espresso, zucchini bread, house blend sugar cookies, coconut shortbread, toasted marshmallow, and pie crust. This one was a really good performer. Very, very strong. And I was a little scared because I've gone back and forth on their zucchini bread. I swear, I've mentioned this a million times. I swear I get 2 different zucchini bread oils from them. And I'm probably just talking out of the ass and it ain't true. But I've had some of their ZB blends go very corn chippy on me. And some be smooth, creamy, delicious. And maybe it depends on what it's blended with. I don't know. But I definitely have had different experiences. This one was pretty good. And I was a little scared because I feel like on cold, it kind of leans a little bit corn chippy on the ZB. But when it warmed, everything, I mean, there are a lot of scent notes in this. Everything creamed out. There's a lot of creamy scent notes. There's sugar cookie. There's coconut shortbread. There's toasted marshmallow. There's pie crust. There's a lot of creaminess going on here. I got a good dose of the espresso. It was really good. And this was in their pre-order. And from what I smelled, warming this, I wanted more. I would have totally went in and got a loaf. But I'm too afraid I'm going to get a different ZP. I am too afraid because I have literally warmed the same fragrance from them and it smelled different to me. So, again, call me crazy, but I didn't want to take a chance that I'd have a stock up on something that I may not enjoy in the future. So I didn't get it, but I really did like that one a lot. I did stock up on my okay. I finished up my loaf. This is another one I'm afraid can't be duped. I'm afraid. Morning Beignet, French custard. Their French custard oil is so good. And I feel like I don't see that oil on a lot of vendors. Sugar cookie dough, cinnamon sugar donuts. I've talked about this one before. I love it so much. I don't want to say goodbye to this. I have another loaf in my stash, and I got this December 2024, so I probably need to pull it soon and warm it. But I also ordered another loaf and 2 soufflés in the pre-order. I really don't want to say goodbye to this one because I really, really love this one. I love it so much. It's my favorite king cake. I've talked about this before. Scentsy's king cake. It's okay. This is fabulous. It's so good. It truly smells like the cake to me. And I've had the king cakes from New Orleans because my boss gets one from New Orleans every year. Actually, I have 2 bosses. Well, the one's not my boss. I don't work for him. But my boss gets one from a friend who is still based in New Orleans that sends it up every year. And then the other guy gets one sent up every year because he's from New Orleans that works at the office. And So I very much get to experience the traditional king cake from the most popular place that does king cakes on earth, New Orleans. But I just don't want to say goodbye to this one. That is king cake. Love, love, love so much. Okay, guys, if you have stuck it out with me, thank you so much. I'm wondering if I should divide this up into 2 videos, a part 1 and a part 2. Because I let this go so long. All right, Sassy Girl Aroma, Lavender. Let's start with some of her older stuff here. And then we've got some newer stuff. Not like newer fragrances, but newer wax. You can tell by the labels because the labels are different since she reopened her business. Simple Forever. I finished this off. This was the peppermint scent I was talking about. I finished off this morning. This is peppermint, Noel, marshmallow. So peppermint, vanilla bean, Noel, and marshmallow, I'm guessing. This was really nice. This is a really nice creamy peppermint, which you know I love. Healthy dose of those vanilla marshmallow notes. Yeah, this is really pretty. It almost smells like it has a touch of spearmint in it. It doesn't say spearmint, and not in a bad way, but it almost smells like it has a touch of like a creamy spearmint in it. I really enjoyed that one. I would get it again. I feel like she has a lot of similar scents, but that was really good. Bonfire Flurries. This is a favorite of mine from Sassy Girl Aroma. This is a dupe for Bath & Body Works Fireside Flurries, which I love and they need to bring back. A so snowy, so cozy blend of toasted marshmallow, pink lavender, and cashmere woods. I know, lavender, but for some reason I love this one so much. It's a good performer and it's not overly lavender. I get more of that cashmere note and the marshmallow, and it's so good. I love it. Bonfire Flurries. I think I have one more left, but this is one I tend to pick up when I see her offer it. Abel's Mint Cookies. See, this is another one that's kind of in that vein. Sugar cookies with a creamy peppermint, vanilla, and sweet chocolate baked to perfection. She has a lot of, like, North Pole cookies. There's a lot of peppermint vanilla scents. Yeah, it's so good. I do pick up that chocolate note. This one kind of smells like your thin mint. Oh, yes, it does. It smells like a thin mint. This one was good. I also didn't think this one was overly strong. I could smell it. It did fine. And I did it in my open space. Could have been its age. It's from February 2024, so 2 years old. But her wax just tends to just knock it out of the park no matter how old it is. So, Abel's Mint Cookies. I would probably pick that up again in a newer brittle. All right, newer stuff. Breakfast Cafe. Would you believe that this is the very first time I've ever warmed this? This is, I believe, her IHOP, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never warmed it, but she renamed it. Notes of pumpkin pecan waffles, maple syrup, brown sugar, caramel, and coffee. I don't know why I didn't try it. I'm sure it's because the maple scared me. I will say I don't know that I think about this in the way that most people do, where it's kind of become this phenomenon with her. Because people love the heck out of it. But I kind of get it. I totally get it. I get the love for it. I enjoyed it. It's kind of like a 4-star scent for me rather than a 5-star. But enough that I would repurchase this again from time to time. And it was a banger of a performer. So, Breakfast Cafe. My Wish for Christmas. This is already a repurchase because I love this. This is notes of freshly baked sugar cookies and pine cones. This is kind of like your Kringle candles wishing for Christmas, which I forgot to talk about. And I also forgot to throw on those other candles. So I'll probably try to post it when I edit it because I suck. But yeah, if you like Wishing for Christmas from Kringle or if you like Christmas Wish from Yankee Candle, I think you'd get behind this scent because it's very much in that same vein. Love it. My Wish for Christmas. My guess is it's probably supposed to be the Yankee Candle dupe. It's a good performer. And I love bakery and tree. It's my vibe. I think she should do something like this with a little bit of gingerbread in there too. Maybe Sherry does. Maybe I already have it in my stash. Maybe I do. My new love. My new love and probably my favorite. I don't know. I've got a lot of favorites here. We're going to talk about them, but I really love this, you guys. So this was recommended by Ashley Overly. She talks about this in her video. She talks about this in the Facebook group. enough that it just kept making me more curious, even though I don't tend to love cornbread and wax. And I've tried it from a number of vendors, and it kind of gives me this vinegary vibe, and I just don't love it. I love how cornbread smells in real life, but I don't think it smells like that in wax. I just don't think it smells authentic. This is Earl and Me. You guys know that I love blueberry. So this is blueberry, cornbread muffin, vanilla bean Noel, and marshmallow. I will say my favorite blueberry is probably Swanky's, but right behind that, I would say Sassy Girl Aroma and probably Harper James. They have really good blueberry oil. Sassy Girl Aroma's blueberry is really good, and it tends to perform really well. So the cornbread muffin, of course, scared me. But like I said, Ashley kept saying how good this was, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to try it, which I have not been doing because, you know, this is $11 brittle. That's a little bit of an investment if you don't like it. You know, it's not like a $5 piece of wax. It's $11 brittle. I'm so glad I did. This was magnificent. Her cornbread muffin. It's the most authentic I've smelled. Not vinegary at all. I got a healthy dose of the blueberry in there. It just smelled like the most delicious blueberry muffin I've ever smelled. You know, with a little bit of vanilla mixed up in there. I mean, and it's not like body care. I know some people say they get body care from the Vanilla Bean Noel. Vanilla Bean Noel leans more gourmand to me than anything. I don't really get body care. I get pure bakery deliciousness. Ashley did not steer me wrong. She did not steer others wrong. If you love blueberry and you're a little iffy about the cornbread in this, try it, you guys. And maybe she'll offer it in a brick because she's been offering some smaller sizes lately, which is nice because I think some people, like myself, are a little scared to just go in on $11 brittle when we don't know if we like the fragrance. And she's been doing some samplers too, so that's a good way to try things as well, which she had been doing before, but she's starting to get back into those. So this was in her latest pre-order that may still be live, but may not be live by the time this goes up. But I've seen this offered quite a bit. So if it's not currently being offered, it'll probably be up again. All right, let's talk about favorites. Let's talk about the candles. You guys already know I'm going to pick these two Kringles, right? You know. Country Candles, Sugar Cookie Stars. Bring it back, Kringle. I know Kringle is not out there watching me because I'm too little. I'm too little on the totem pole for them to care about me, but I wish they would bring this back because I care about them. Away in the Manger. I've talked about this fragrance before. It's top notch for me. I love it. I love Melanie's Vintage Pomander too. I feel like there's a place for both. I feel like there's emphasis on the orange and Vintage Pomander too, but I feel like it's a little bit more spicy than this is because of the clove. And this is clove, but this one is more emphasis on that, even more so on that bright orange. I feel like there's a place for both, but I understand they're probably not both selling as much because they're so similar in profile. I get it, but and maybe people were not buying this too because of the religious scenery on that. So I get that too. People may not be a fan of that, but bring it back with, you know, plain imagery. I'd be fine with that. I do love this jar though. It's so pretty. So Away in the Manger, the sugar cookie scent. And I will say, I do love this from Yankee Candle. Shimmering Christmas Tree. Wish it was a little stronger, but I love what I get from it. It's beautiful. You guys, I forgot to talk about a Sassy Girl Aroma fragrance. Paradise Breeze. I should mention that because this was amazing. I think this is a dupe for some sort of laundry game something or other. And I don't know if coconut was in the notes, but I feel like I get coconut in this. Maybe I'm crazy, but I loved it. So when she offers this in a brittle, I'm going to pick it up. Forgot to mention that, but that was fantastic. I could list that in the favorites for sure. That was great. All right, let's talk about my favorites retail wax. All right, favorite retail waxes. Some of these are repurchases, so let's talk about those first. Peppermint and Cocoa. It's always been a favorite because I love it. Milk and Cookies, another repurchase. Going to be a favorite because I love it. Baby, it's cold outside. Woo, I love it. All right, new ones. Tranquil Winter, a new favorite for me, Apple and Tree, and Snow Walk. What a beautiful take on peppermint and vanilla, you guys. Beautiful take. I just need to smell it one more time. It's so hard to explain, but it has a little bit of powderiness to it. If you liked Snowflake Kisses, I think it was called, from Yankee Candle. Do you remember that pink candle? If you like that, it's not the same fragrance. But if you like that, and if you like Baby It's Cold Outside, because it kind of has a little bit of that powdery element, but you also like peppermint, but it's a soft peppermint, I'm telling you, it smells like that scene right there. Try it out. I love it. Don't expect a powerhouse performance from it, though. It is a softer fragrance. I wouldn't steer you wrong on that. So if you're expecting powerhouse, then you might not want to get it because it is a softer. And a new love in retail wax I am sure to buy again if I find it. Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. This is amazing. This is so much better than Scentsy's version. This is so much better than Bath & Body Works version. You come over here. Come on. Come say hello. Hi. Hi, handsome. I think you're lower than the camera. I love you. I know. Some people don't like it when I talk to my dog. I talk to my dog all the time. I hope you do too. I hope you do too. But I also understand not everyone's a dog person. So I get that. I totally get that. All right, let's talk favorite in the vendor wax. I got a lot of them here, guys. Second and Spruce. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. Favorite. So good. Rocky's Hot Waxworks. Cranberry Cottage. Yes, please. Definitely a repurchase. Pinkberry Sugared Spruce. I would definitely say it's right up there. I don't know. Maybe 4-star compared to 5-star, but I'm really enjoying it. So definitely a repurchase, and glad I have more. Maybe 5-star. Maybe 4.5. Britta's Ate You a Peach. This is a repurchase, so obviously a favorite. Dessa's Winter Glow, a new favorite that I will be starting to purchase again. Really loving Second and Spruce's Strawberry Bolts and Milk and Cookies. That might be a 4.5 too, but it's up there. If you couldn't tell already, a new favorite is Earl and Me from Sassy Girl Aroma. A returning favorite, My Wish for Christmas, also from Sassy Girl Aroma. A returning favorite, Bonfire Flurries. Always a repurchase. A returning favorite from the Pharmacist Daughter, King Cake. If you couldn't tell, I was a little emotional. I may need to have a moment of silence when we finally say goodbye to my last piece of that. Blueberry Pastries, also from the Pharmacist Daughter. Banana Bread Cake, Pharmacist Daughter. Rose Girls, Wario's Winter Wonderland. Maybe a 4.5 stars for me, but definitely a repurchase. Thwomps, always a repurchase as well. Super Tarts, a new one, but definitely not going to be the last time I have this. Christmas Express, so good. Rainbow Melts, 2 new favorites. Sleigh Season, definitely. I have a lot of favorites because I did a lot of wax. Christmas Tree Vacation. Gonna need more of that. Lavender and Speckles, my last vendor here. Apples and Flannel. Maybe not 5, maybe 4.5 stars, but I'm shook. I'm shook. Because I don't think I've ever warmed a fragrance that has flannel in it that I liked. Ever. Apple and Pine, a repurchase, and will be a repurchase again. And another repurchase favorite, and will always be a favorite. Christmas Wreath. If you love Winter Citrus Wreath from Bath & Body Works, I'm working on a soap of that right now. If you love that fragrance, because Bath & Body Works only offers it in soap. Like, what is wrong with Bath & Body Works? Do you know how much money they're not capitalizing on? Because they don't pour Beach Nights in home fragrance. They don't pour Winter Citrus Wreath in home fragrance. Like, Bonfire Flurries. Well, Fireside Flurries. So much is being missed out on. I still can't believe Beach Nights is not in a candle. Because if they release that in a candle, it's on. If you do want it in candle format, Goose Creek has a great dupe. It's called Warm and Welcome. Great dupe. Pick it up in a wax melts. If you're not a fan of their candles, pick it up in a wax melts. It's a boomer of a performer. But Beach Nights is super easy to get in vendor wax. But if you don't do vendor wax and you do retail, warm and welcome. She's your girl. Goose Creek. Pick it up in wax melts. They often have sales on wax melts. I would say $2.99 is a good one. Otherwise, regular price, they're $5. I think the most recent sale I saw was a 5 for $20, so $4 a piece. Warm and welcome, I think, is worth it. Get your nose on it in a Walmart. If you shop at Walmart, it's usually there. It is one of the core fragrances, and you can smell it for yourself and see what you think. But I really love Warm and Welcome, so I do pick it up in the wax melts from time to time. It's just pure, unadulterated Beach Nights, and Bath and Body Works is stupid for letting everyone else capitalize on their fragrance. But, you know, really love this Paradise Breeze too. So I will be picking that up in a Brittle as soon as I see it offered. Whoo, you guys. That was a lot. I was actually shocked I was able to remember as much as I did. But I didn't go deep into detail like I sometimes do. So hopefully you still found it helpful. But if you need to ask a question about something I warmed here that you want to know more about, I'm happy to delve a little deeper into it if I can remember. But yeah, I mean, it really helps to sniff the bags. A lot of, us YouTubers, we do that because it helps remember, helps bring back that memory of what we smelled on warm. And if you notice, sometimes, we'll mention that it smelled this way on cold, but it smelled this way on warm. So it does help. And that's why we sniff the bags all the time, because it brings back that memory. But sometimes, you saw me with the one. Sometimes I still can't remember. So, because it's just been that long. I've been warming for like 3.5, 4 weeks here. So, all right, guys. So that'll do it. Hopefully you enjoyed my wax empties. I will try to insert timestamps to help you skip around if you need to. I often upload my videos on the phone, so I have to remember to go back to the video and insert the timestamps, which often is later than when you would have watched it, because a lot of times you guys watch it when it's uploaded, and I'm not on the computer until the next day or so. So I'm often behind you guys as far as timestamps, but hopefully I'll at least put like the bare minimum timestamps in, and that should help you kind of skip around to what part of the video you want, since I kind of included all the things. The bulk of my Scentsy is in a separate video, but I did include a couple there that I missed when I filmed that video. But guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.